Islands may seem pretty boring or maybe even irrelevant to you, but what if I told you that they're actually pretty interesting? Before we get started, I'd like to apologize in advance because in this video, it'll just be me nerding out about islands, so I hope you like it. Although it isn't generally or officially correct to say that everyone in the world lives on an island, since continents are not counted as islands, it's still fun to say that we live on an island. First things first though, what's the biggest island on our planet? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about it. Well, Australia probably popped up into your head first. However, this is incorrect since it's an established continent. Now, if you said Greenland, you'd be correct. Greenland has a total area of 2,166,086 kilometers or 836,330 square miles. And now, the second largest island in the world is kind of a surprising one. It's Indonesia, but it's also Papua New Guinea. Now I hear you thinking, are they exactly the same size? Well, yes, but it's also because it's actually the same island. So let's take a look at the map. Here's the island, and if you look closely, you'll see that the island is home to a border. That is called New Guinea, and it splits Indonesia and Papua New Guinea in half, making the two of them both the owner of the second largest island in the world. It's 821,000 square kilometers big, by the way. The third place goes to Borneo, then Madagascar, Baffin, Sumatra, Honshu, Victoria Island, Great Britain, and at the 10th place, Ellesmere, located in the Canadian Arctic archipelago. But wait, did we just skip New Zealand? No, we actually didn't. Well, in short, New Zealand, with a size of 268,000 square kilometers, is counted as a continent, and it's also split up into two islands with a small distance between each other. So sadly enough, it's not counted as an island. Now the largest islands are interesting, but what's even more interesting is the number and mass of islands presenting different countries in the world. But what do I mean by that? Okay, let me just explain. Indonesia is the world's largest island country by area with 1,919,440 square kilometers of island, not counting the part of Papua New Guinea, of course. It's also the most populous island country with a population of around 280 million. Besides that, it's home to the most populous island in the world, Java, with more than 150 million people. The country has an astonishing 18,307 islands. Wow, that's a lot, and also a lot of information to handle. So let's take a break for a second and take some time to subscribe to the channel real quick so that we can beat the Vatican by subscribers. Alright, let's move on. So around 18,000 islands, which seems pretty much, is however not even close to having the most islands. Even the United States has more islands than Indonesia, which is pretty surprising when we take a look at the map of the world. The United States has around 18,600 islands in total, with which they ensure a 5th place. The 4th place goes to Canada, with at least 52,000 islands in total. Top 3 is, however, not even comparable to those numbers, as the 3 of them make up 76% of the total islands in the world. The Nordic countries in Scandinavia are the winners of the list, with Finland in 3rd place with 179,000 islands, Norway in 2nd place with 239,000 islands, and the most surprising one, Sweden in 1st place with no fewer than 267,000 islands. So it isn't Greece as many would like to think. Greece doesn't even make it to the top 10 with just about 6,000 plus islands. But what about the other side? Are there any countries that have exactly one island, so a country that's also an island? The two that consist entirely of only one island are Nauru and Barbados. Now you may also think of Iceland, however, Iceland secretly holds about 30 small islands, meaning it doesn't completely meet the requirements. Now the fun thing is, there are also islands which have the exact same name as their country. These include Bahrain, Barbados, Cuba, Dominica, Grenada, Iceland, Jamaica, Madagascar, Malta, Mauritius, Nauru, St. Lucia, Singapore, and Sri Lanka. Although there are many islands in the world, it doesn't immediately mean that these islands have a purpose on this planet. There could be several million uninhabited islands in the world. Sweden, for example, has 221,831 islands inside its boundaries, but only 1,145 of them are inhabited. If you mean non-coastal sea islands, most of them are also uninhabited. In Pacific countries, 50 to 80% of islands are uninhabited. Take Devon Island for example. It has a land area of 55,247 square kilometers and is comparable in size to Croatia. It's also the 6th largest island in Canada and the 27th largest island in the world. And again, not a single person currently calls Devon Island home. Indonesia has 18,000 islands, but 5,000 plus are uninhabited. That's a lot, but I must say, islands do actually have a purpose as they carry many more species of animals and plants than there are on the mainland. Although there are so many uninhabited islands, it's estimated that approximately 11% of the world's population live on islands, which is about 880 million people in total, which is pretty stunning if you ask me. So after this video, we can make a conclusion about how fascinating islands are and that there's so much more to learn about them. So this was a video of me nerding out about islands. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.